It was like extremely, excruciatingly loud. So, you know what we forgot?
Intro last time.
Just gonna have to stick that in post or something, just like kick that one off with it.
That's what she said.
You're into some weird chicks, man. Okay, so we're gonna do one of those "What did you watch?" episodes. What you watching?
Yeah, we actually need a special title.
I know, like swoosh past or whatever. We'll put it in post. No, we won't. I'm probably gonna have to do it. I'm fucking lazy as fuck.
That's okay.
Cool. So
Snyder Cut's coming soon.
I actually, now that you mention it, this morning I just hopped onto YouTube and there was, I think it was the Super Bowl trailer. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I think I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's like had like a massive dark side appearance with the spear kind of thing, and yeah, a lot of extra stuff that looks like it hit the cutting room floor.
And they've changed Steppenwolf like drastically. He's like all like visual, like you know in the Joss Whedon cut, like he actually had a face.
Yeah.
This is like full like beast kind of looking.
I saw glimpses of him, and they were just redone shots from the movie that we saw. So I didn't get a close look at face or anything, but it looked more like he looked more metallic, more sharper edges, like a weird kind of armor suit and stuff. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, and they say that on tomorrow, actually, Valentine's Day, which I don't know when this is going to go out, but anyway, there's an official trailer. But yeah, it's coming in March, HBO Max. I'm super excited.
Yeah, dude, seeing some of those visuals, I've always been interested to see his interpretation and where the lines blurred between the two. But just... fuck, from what I saw there was a lot of extra stuff that just never made it through, and I'm hoping it's not one of those situations where that everything that they've thrown into the trailers is all the extra shit. Like,
no, you never know, I suppose. But I mean, there's all sorts of like, dude, man, I wish I knew actors' names better, but he acts. No, I'm gonna. Is it the same guy? Anyway. There's a dude that was cast as Martian Manhunter for the Snyder Cut. I don't know in what capacity he's going to appear. Okay. Then I don't know if you saw, there's the new photos of Leto's Joker.
I have seen some of those black and whites that you've been posting religiously.
Yeah, and I think what that's going to do is tie into Batman's nightmare vision. It's going to be Joker in that alternate timeline, and it's going to be really quick.
Yeah,
I think people must just realign their expectations. I think it's going to be like one small scene. Done. Like it's not gonna Leto's this huge part of the film. Like,
no, I don't think so either. Yeah, agreed. But I did see that one thing with the future shot where they actually had the broken down Hall of Justice arc there and everything. So I'm excited to see how it's all going to play out, man. They even had that last assembly shot where they're all standing on that ridge. Yeah. And even that, you could see there's a difference. In Snyder's is darker. They're all darker than in Whedon's one, where it was bright coloured. Yeah, standing almost like beacons of hope in a way. It was two very different interpretations.
Yeah, so, for sure. And then, yeah, man, so...
I'm keen to see that. Can't wait.
Yeah, having said that, like, I don't know if you want to kick off, but I did watch a film recently that I was hunting after. It's called The Little Things, which is Denzel Washington, Leto, and Rami Malek is his name.
Yeah.
And he's... I won't spoil too much for you, but it was okay. It like wasn't. It could have been so much more like hardcore, especially the cast and all that. But what I can say is there is a few moments where it's like maybe Leto should have done this film first, and then they should have given him the Joker role. Because, like, have you seen the trailer at all?
No. Okay. I think I heard about it when you and Jeff mentioned it. So I got it, I downloaded it, but I just haven't got to watching it yet.
Because he just has a few moments where he's like. So it's very quickly identified. I'm not giving too much away, even in the trailer, that Leto is like what seems like a serial killer, and he's so quirky and awkward, and like it's almost like I don't know. I think he nailed like the socially awkward thing. Like he even walks weird, and he feels like, and he's even got a little bit more weight put on him, and And he's such a weirdo, dude. Like, so I think if he could carry some of that energy into the Joker, it could have been cool. But otherwise, yeah, it's an okay film, and I'd say watch it. But like, it just feels like the ending is like, oh, okay. Oh, well, guess that's the ending, you know. It's not like, oh my god, like what did that just happen? So that's something I also watched recently. So yeah, I don't know if you want to.
You didn't watch that upgraded film that I told you about?
No, I did actually. I forgot. I thought that feels like a long time ago now.
Hey, how long ago?
Very cool.
And I just remembered it because of one of the videos that I edited a couple nights ago. We spoke. I mentioned it, and you even jotted notes that you were going to watch.
Yeah, dude. And
what did you think?
So like. And
spoilers in case you never know.
It's quite an old film, but yeah, dude, like there is that like moment where now I've got to like rewind my mind back where you like it almost feels like it's gotten to the point and you're like really so cliche, but then it's the play on the cliche and you're like, okay, you got me.
Yeah, right. I enjoyed that. That almost like twist on twist kind of thing. You just like, because I know this is going. I can see it. It's like, okay, yeah.
I was actually even angry. I was like, seriously? And then I was like, just give it a chance. And it's like, oh, damn, okay. Yeah.
Wow, did not see that going. Like, wow.
So that was cool. Yeah,
it was a good film, huh?
Yeah. I would recommend it to anyone. It was very fun to watch.
Yeah, and no recognizables, no like big names or anything. Just a whole bunch of just people playing their roles really, really well.
Yeah.
And I liked how whenever the Chip Sill takes over, how his whole movement and everything
becomes more robotic and stuff. Yeah.
And the fight choreography was different to most with that sort of mindset. I enjoyed it. I'm glad you did too.
I actually forgot to tell you I watched that.
Definitely worth the watch.
There's one small thing, and this is going to be so random, but you sent me, I don't know if you watched the whole thing, but there was a clip, it's an old clip of when they interviewed Neil Gaiman on YouTube.
I did send that to you. I did watch it, I think, yes.
Dude, and there's one thing now, I need you to know this, have this in mind when I'm telling you this. So obviously I haven't read Sandman till volume 10. But like when he talks about like keeping some info to himself in case he'll need it, and he's like, it's like, do I know who the Endless's parents are? Of course I know who the Endless's parents are. And he just like carries on. I'm like, wait, stop, what? I'm like, come on.
You can't just throw that out there. That was when he was in that auditorium being interviewed and people were asking random questions.
Yeah.
It was nice, that open forum. I just enjoyed listening to him speak about things, about his creative process, how he got to certain things, recalling historical facts like that. I like when that one guy has it, he's like, so what you're asking me is how do you get your creative, where does it come from? That's basically what you're saying to me, not as many words. I loved when he went down that whole tangent there about this is why it pisses off writers and stuff like that.
Yeah, because they don't have the answers.
Yes. I loved it. I thought it was really cool.
No, it was awesome.
Nice. I actually got to watch the new Animaniacs show.
Okay.
Downloaded a couple episodes. In fact, I think I watched the whole first season. I don't know if you ever watched it when you were younger.
Yeah, we are the Animaniacs.
Dude, same, not the exact same theme song. They've tweaked one or two little things to modernize it more.
Okay.
But it's the same tune, most of the same lyrics. And it's only the little bits that you pick up. As kids, it's almost probably ingrained in our brains. So you automatically sing along with it, and then there's one or two things that you
go out. Oh
wow, they changed it. Oh, okay. It seems like they have the same original voice actors back, which is quite cool. And I've got to be honest with you, I don't know if it's because I'm older, but for me watching it, it seems like they've made it for our generation.
Okay.
The humor in it for me it was just too adult. I'd love to put some kids, maybe those tweens or whatever it is, down and let them watch it and see if they get some of the humor or if it goes over their heads or whatever. Because a lot of it, to me, it felt like they'd literally written this humor for me, for our generation. The little tropes, the little things they were dropping, everything.
Okay. It might be worth researching that maybe they did it on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know, but excellent. Still funny as F. Sharp humor, quick humor, current. all on current things that are happening, etc., in the world today. Every episode has a Pinky and the Brain episode in it. So I think they identify that the most popular sideshow was Pinky and the Brain. So they've brought that back. Looks again like it's the same two voice actors playing Pinky and the Brain. And even that is still so funny.
Nice.
So
definitely
good.
Get it.
100%. So for me, it's definitely any adult could have that playing and enjoy it and laugh and giggle. So thumbs up for that. I don't know if I'm going to refer back to my phone where I put all my notes in originally. Still Steven Spielberg producing it, so that's quite a cool thing. That was pretty much my whole thoughts on that. Yes, good. Okay. Didn't miss anything. Also got to watch the new Mutants movie, finally.
Okay.
I don't want to give too many spoilers away.
Yeah.
So, because you still need to watch it. But what I can say is, if you didn't know, or those that don't know out there, it is firmly based on probably the most popular, greatest New Mutant stories that everybody knows, that Demon Bear saga. So, I have it. I read it when I was, way back. And they've changed one or two characters, modernizing it. For me, the most noticeable one was Magic, to make her more current with how she is now in the comic books.
Okay.
But when casting to character kind of things, and for the most part, power representation, they nailed it.
Okay,
and
cool.
in particular with Magic. The chick who plays her, she looks like Ileana in the comics. The haircut they've given her, everything. She nailed it.
Nice.
Brilliantly done with her. The main chick, I forget the character's name. I think it's Moonstar, Proudstar, one of those things.
Yeah, the name's Maisie Williams or whatever.
Yeah, something.
She's Game of Thrones made her famous.
Okay. She was okay. I'm not blown away by her performance, but not. She was
not
fine.
bothered by it either. Yeah,
she was fun. For me, Magic was brilliant. Guy who plays Cannonball. I liked him, but I don't think they quite got his power right, the way that they were representing it, because Cannonball in the comic books is, when he's doing his thing, he's nigh invulnerable. He could literally fly through anything and fuck all happens to him. But this Cannonball seems to his shoulders dislocate, he's got broken noses and stuff, trying to learn how to control his power. So there I was like, no, don't know if I'm if I'm quite there. Who else was there? The way they did Wolfsbane was...
Oh, I actually think that's the Game of Thrones goal.
Oh, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm giving you some.
She was... Wolfsbane is that semi-wolf-like character, And for me, they made her too werewolf, she goes into full wolf.
Okay.
And the little things there that I don't think I agreed with. For me, if a person had to transform into a wolf, you'd be a little bit bigger than a normal wolf. Granted, she's a petite girl, but still, you'd imagine she'd be probably a little bit bigger than a wolf if she had to make the transformation. So you're using a standard wolf-like dog. And in the comics, again, I'm not too au fait with the character, but I don't think she ever went full wolf. She was more overgrown hair, worse than Wolverine, and the claws, but still bipedal, standing on her two legs and walking around. So they do that towards the end. She's half, and there I was like, yes, that's the Wolfsbane I know.
Yeah.
But the story, superb, and there's some love interest stuff that I wasn't. It's on the non-traditional love interest things, and I'm always wary when they do that, because it almost feels forced nowadays. We can't just have traditional boy and girl. It has to be one of the non-traditional love affairs, and sometimes it can feel forced in the story. This felt more natural. It made sense. It flowed. So I wanted to mention it because I actually liked how they did it. It felt genuine and sincere.
Okay, cool.
For me. So that I enjoyed. What fucking annoyed me, and in a kind of good way, is fuck man, everything there is dancing around the Nathaniel Essex foundation and stuff, and it's like everything is Essex, and this one chick, she's constantly having phone calls with this boss higher up, whatever, and you know it's probably sinister,
yeah, but
you don't hear a voice, you don't get a glimpse of or whatever, so it's just this constant teasing of sinister. And yeah, I can't wait for it. So it's like I'm frustrated with it, but in a good way. It's like, come on, just give us Sinister. Pick a fucking movie and give us Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it.
Okay.
It has a very darker tone. Like I think even Zack Snyder would be like, oh, geez, okay, like almost horror dark at times. And as it goes on, you realize where it's all coming from, but yeah, good, very very good, because that Demon Bear saga is actually quite a tragic-y whole story, and that and I think they did it very very well. I think you'd enjoy it.
It's good to hear, because dude, I don't know if you know a little bit of the history of that. Like, so New Mutants was still made under the Fox era. And then Disney bought it over as an incomplete. It was all shot, but then then Disney would, and got all their people in, and they're like, okay, there's a few things that we think's wrong with it, and they even like, what's the name, troped themselves about like the release date, because it released and it got moved. It got released and it got moved like 4 or 5 times. So people are like, this movie's gonna be useless. What are they even doing? And it seems like, I mean, according to what you said, they managed to sort of like pull it together.
I liked it.
Use what they had, and
for me, it's if you know nothing about the New Mutants, I think you'd enjoy. They give you good setups on every single character. You get insight into the kids being damaged. They're not. These are the kids that Xavier never saved, that Xavier never got to. So shit's happened to them, and it's affected them all in various ways. But I really liked it. Like, you could watch it as a non-fan of the X-Men and walk away from it going, wow, that was a good, solid, enjoyable story.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's great to hear.
Anything that you managed to pick up?
Dude, like, so I know I might have mentioned this before, but at the current moment, like, Kira and I are just binging Blacklist. Still, I don't even know what season we're on, but one thing I do, I mean, I know we vaguely have spoken about it because last time I was watching it, but one thing that amazes me about that show, like, every now and then an episode here and there, like, you kind of tune out, you go make dinner and stuff, but for the most part, they still manage, like, every season, they keep upping the ante, and you sit there and you're like, is he going to die this time, or is he not? Or, like, has his luck finally run out? And
has his luck finally found out?
But yeah, man, so...
It's a strong cast, though, still, and he's such a solid actor. Eh? Oh, and he really does fit that Raymond Reddington role.
Yeah.
This arrogance, intelligence about him. It's just, yeah.
And how he always had to, like, tell a story, like, before he gets to the point, and you almost got to get used to it. It's like, okay, yes.
Here we go again.
But he's like, I'm doing it because it's just me, it's
100%,
like...
yeah. No, I like it, and I like James Spader. Also, I can listen, if James Spader had to, like, narrate something, knowing that it's him, I like something about the way he articulates things, talks, etc. Yeah, it's a good show. It's a solid damn
And what's
show.
interesting, man, is, like, I know it's in passing and stuff, but whenever they, like, for example, a bunch of important people have been taken out, one in London, one in Tokyo, like, there's been multiple times where they're like, Johannesburg. I'm like, it's cool that they're, like, kind of giving South Africa a little bit of a shout out. It's like, yay.
I haven't picked up on that, but yes, and I know that 1 or 2 times they've had killers or guys that were from South Africa and the special forces of old and stuff. They've mentioned and referenced that.
Because I remember also in Elementary they had one, like, South African killer, and I can't remember his name, but, like, he doesn't really nail the pronunciation, and I'm like, okay, I know it's hard, but, like,
we take it for granted. Completely. Interesting. I also got to watch the new Batman animated movie, Batman Soul of the Dragon.
Oh, hectic. I saw the trailer, but I totally forgot about it, but yeah.
Yeah. Didn't enjoy it. It's missing something.
It's my dog, yeah.
Okay. I can reference my notes quickly. So it's like produced by Bruce Timm. So instantly I was like, okay, I'm quietly optimistic. The animation I really enjoyed. And in fact, the way it starts out more with a feel of a Bruce Lee film than anything else. There's this, I forget the name of the character, but he's some DC martial arts type thing. Then they've drawn him to look like Bruce Lee, like yeah, even any other type of universe, it probably would have been Bruce Lee. They just probably couldn't get the rights or whatever. But yeah, and he's voiced by Mark Dacascos, which is quite cool.
Okay.
The guy who does the Bruce/Batman voice, did not like. Just no. And in fact, the way they portrayed Batsy in it. I don't know if you're going to watch it or if you want to watch it, but
you can spoil, dude. I don't mind.
It's not the animated Batman that we're used to, that we like. It's he's very much in fact, the whole movie, almost the way they position him is he's not a headliner, and you're like, no, this is Batman. Batman's always a fucking headliner. Even if Batman's working machinations on the side, it's going to come to fruition that he's a fucking mainliner. They've got Lady Shiva in it, this other dude, all of them, and there's 2 or 3 other martial artists, and they just constantly giving you this impression that Bruce isn't that good, and it's just his determination and will that keeps him in the fight against all these guys. And you go, no, it didn't sit well with me personally. Okay. Even the final battle, you'd expect it would have been Batsy, and maybe one of them would help him out, and it's not. He's not even really there for the final thing. It's more of a Shiva has to beat this person, and in a way I'm okay with it, because they'll say it'll probably divide all DC fans who's better, Shiva or Batman, in terms of skill and ability. Some will say she'll take him out, and has in a few issues, and there've been other issues where he's gotten the better of her.
Yeah.
So, but it's very much a case of, no, she has to do this thing and beat this character, and Batman only comes at the end and he doesn't really play a major role in beating this guy. I was just like, yeah, just a lot of it I didn't like. The animation I did like. I could liken it to, I was almost watching an animated version of Enter the Dragon.
Okay, cool.
So I liked all of that, but wasn't sold on the villains, didn't enjoy the Batman portrayal. Another thing is, it's like everyone knows he's fucking Batman. Everyone.
Okay.
Dude, it's like they all went to this, they all trained together in Nitparabat, wherever all those assassins got trained, where Raish would have trained all these guys and stuff. But so they all at one point were there together training. Fine, cool. So you'd kind of think, great. If anything, they would know Bruce has some degree of training. But 10 minutes into the movie, it's like this guy goes, oh, so this is your thing. You put this this mask and shit on. Why? And then later on, as more characters come, no, wait. He's going to go put his mask and stuff on. And you're like, what the actual fuck? So it's like every one of these characters ends up at the end of the movie knowing that he's Batman. And I'm just... those little things that just didn't sit well with me. So watch it if you want, but I wasn't. It felt like an end of an era for me.
Okay.
With what happened with the whole apocalypse war, that was a definite end of an era. And if this is the start of the new, not impressed. Didn't like it. Yeah, I'm keen to see the other ones that are still to come, about Long Halloween and all of those. Maybe that's going to redeem things, but this one for me, no, didn't enjoy.
So, if you liked what Mark and I were talking about here, or just like our content in general,
please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification for more videos.
And do us a favor and find us on the social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram.
See you in the next video.